Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your AEW versus NXT. Your Power PM. They're right. We brought it to Germany for you. In All Elite Wrestling Dynamite, you will meet old acquaintances and newcomers from the wrestling scene. Look forward to action-packed matches and dramatic stories every Friday night at 21:50 on TNT Series. Check out the link. Destiny Wrestling issued the following statement on Twitter announcing that Sunday's Throwdown event, which is being done in collaborations with Impact from Mississauga, will now serve as Impact TV taping for Access TV. Announced for the show is an intergender 8-person tag with the Rascals and Josh Alexander teaming up to face Tessa Blanchard, Jessica Havoc, Kara Hogan, and Jordan Grace. Check out details as I'm giving you on Twitter at Destiny Wrestling. Huge announcements for this Sunday at Mississauga at Impact Wrestling Throwdown show, which is now TV taping for at Access TV. Impact just confirmed the Rascals and Walking_Weapon. They also got Tessa Blanchard, Havoc, Kara Hogan, and Jordan Grace. I didn't get the other two that was mentioned for the match, for your women's thing. But if you're interested, get your tickets at Impact. I'll just go ahead and give you that link for you. Well, being the Elite episode this week, name is called Matt Wears a New Piece of Merchandise. It can be found in this link. One of the top stars in New Japan Pro Wrestling will be taking time off. According to the company, Evil has suffered a left ankle injury, forcing him to miss the rest of the Road to Power Struggle Super Junior Tag League 2019 tour. All matches that Evil was scheduled to be in will be taken over by fellow Los Ignorables Japan teammate Bushi. Evil's last big bout was a loss to Kota Ibushi for the latter Tokyo Dome IWGP Heavyweight Championship Challenge right certificate he won at the G1 Climax. New Japan had the following to say about the situation. We sincerely apologize to fans who were looking forward to seeing Evil wrestle and appreciate your understanding. While Women of Wrestling can be found in this link from Saturday, and it took place from the Belasco Theater in Los Angeles, California, and it airs every Saturday at Access TV at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central. Great wrestling families are now getting into their third generation of superstars, such as the Von Erichs and the Harts. Ross and Marshall Von Erich are the sons of Kevin, and they recently joined MLW, where the third generation of the Hart family await them in Teddy Hart and Harry Smith, British Bulldog son. And speaking of MLW, it can be found in this link, this week's episode. And Von Erich talks about being able to work with people with similar backgrounds as them when they spoke to Wrestling Inc. on the weekly podcast. So many beautiful things that come out about with wrestling, being able to be in the same locker room with those guys and reminisce, as we all have the same background story. When you're a kid in school, not many other kids' dads are wrestlers, so it's interesting to see guys with different perspective and coming up that way, said Marshall. The Hart family has a huge part without family, as Stu Hart helped train my grandfather, and to know that our grandfather go back into these, there's going to be Harts and Von Erichs on a card in the 2019-2020 era. That's powerful to us. Marshall added that a cool thing about MLW is that there are no cliques and everyone wants to see everyone succeed. He calls it a fun and entertaining time in pro wrestling. Teddy Hart, Harry Smith, we hit it off with these guys great, and I definitely hope we can work together in the future. And I think we will too, said Marshall. There's a mutual respect, and they are die-hard fans. We know that they are a great tag team, and my brother and I look at it as a challenge, even if there's not a lot of lineage behind it, and it's just Hart versus Von Erichs. That's awesome. The brothers have spent most of their time teaming together, and they were asked if they would consider singles runs. For us, we're both leaning towards a tag team. It's what we're comfortable with, and we feel we're better as a tag team. We have strengths and weaknesses, and we make up for it with each other's strengths and weaknesses. Marshall said before, adding that they've both had the chance to wrestle as singles in Japan and all over the world, but they've been a tag team for 26 years. Having your brother in the ring with you, that's really what's motivating me, as all we're trying to do is show off in front of each other. And I'm my brother's biggest fan, and he's probably my biggest fan. We really enjoy each other's work, and I think tag teaming is our best attribute, and it's a lot more fun. This is what our uncles and grandfathers did, so we prefer it. But if we have to do singles, we'll do what we're asked of. The brothers have been wrestling for a couple of years now, but MLW is their first national promotion. With that come spots on TV, and Marshall was asked what it's been like transitioning to TV. In Japan, we got to work a lot on TV. As you know, the crowds are very different. We weren't ready for this much support in MLW, as we thought. We started off with people not knowing who we were. But the fact that the people do believe in us, are behind us, it's so motivating, said Marshall. We wanted to prove MLW right, and we've learned so much just from talking to the guys in the locker room after matches, such as Jim Cornette and Low Key. They've helped us a ton, but we definitely have more room to grow. For a wrestling fan, there are many different options out there in terms of different promotions. Marshall talked about what helps MLW stand out from the competition. I think the caliber of talent that we have and our fusion of all different kinds of wrestling. We have the luchadors, old school style, the high impact technical wrestling, high flying stuff. There's a wealth to choose from, and that's what separates MLW. Marshall said before, adding that MLW is not trying to compete, as they have their own product. They have a really loyal fan base. There are diehard MLW fans, and it reminds me of ECW back in the day. And founder Court Bauer is a mastermind when it comes to wrestling. The Von Erichs can be seen every Saturday night as part of MLW Fusion and Be In Sports. Full episodes of MLW Fusion are available on MLW's YouTube channel, and which you can click at this link here for that. And I already posted the actual this week's episode. Von Erichs' full interview with Wrestling Inc. aired as part of the episode of Winkling Podcast. You can be heard through the embedded player at this link and it discusses debuting in Dallas for MLW alongside their father, the history between the Von Erichs and the Hart families, their wild bar brawl style. Vice lands last of the Von Erichs episode of The Dark Side of the Ring, the moment they realized that they were truly Von Erichs and more. And also, they were formerly on Impact, previously Bound for Glory, which they had their yearly Bound for Glory episode on Sunday. National Wrestling Alliance weekly episode can be found at this link, called powerr, NWA Powerr. And the show was taped from GPB Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, streaming on the official NWA Facebook and YouTube pages. Aaron Stevens approaches the interview desk with Joe Gotti. Says he was supposed to talk to Tim Storm, but wonders if Stevens is out to answer Dawson's challenge. He is dressed like a pirate, which prompts a Captain Morgan chant. Stevens says he is wearing that to promote his newest film project, Tropical Pirates. A trailer plays showing clips of Stevens on a boat and teasing a release for 2020. And that ends the segment, which you can find at this link. Will you be watching Aaron Stevens in Tropical Paradise? Back at Triple Mania in August, Kenny Omega put out a challenge to Phoenix, who held the AAA Mega Championship. Well, the two met at AAA's Heroes Immortals 13, where Omega hit the one-winged angel to become the new AAA Mega Champion. Phoenix offered up a handshake after the match, but Omega passed and posed with the newly won title. No word yet on when his first title defense is, but you can see the action at that link. AEW and AAA formed a working partnership back in February, with the two sides trading talent on each other's shows. This is Omega's first title since losing the IWGP Heavyweight Championship to Hiroshi Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom 13. In regard to AEW, Omega is scheduled to face Jon Moxley on November 9th at Full Gear in Baltimore, Maryland. But that could be up in smoke, as you will hear what happens in your this week's AEW episode. AEW Executive Vice President Cody Rhodes is set to reveal some big announcement on AEW Dynamite episode. Cody took to Twitter and teased an announcement on his career and his future. He indicated that he could be involved in a sit-down interview, as he tagged Tony Schiavone in a Twitter thing. He wrote, "I'm looking forward to tonight for many reasons. One being I get the opportunity to share some big news about my career and its future. Sometimes the right thing to do isn't the easiest thing to say. Hashtag AEW. At AEW Wrestling. At AEW on TNT. At Tony Schiavone 24. AEW announced that Rick and Morty are all elite. Yes, the cartoon. Heck, I was thinking it was Rick from the Rock and Roll Express. As you'll get some news on them very shortly. No word yet on what that means for the popular Adult Swim cartoon characters, but AEW told fans to find out more on next Wednesday's Dynamite episode from Charlotte, West Virginia, at the Charleston Coliseum. Charleston, West Virginia. AEW wrote on Twitter at this link, "Welcome to at AEW Wrestling. At Rick and Morty are hashtag elite. All elite." Found out more Wednesday, October 30th, when AEW Dynamite broadcast live from at CCCWVA. On a related note, AEW Executive Vice President Cody revealed on Twitter that the fans attending next Wednesday's Halloween edition of Dynamite will receive Rick and Morty mask to wear. There you go. He wrote, "Spoiler alert, fans attending this Wednesday's Charleston for the Halloween at AEW on TNT will receive at Rick and Morty Mask, hashtag AEW. Furthermore, Cody indicated on Twitter that next Wednesday's Dynamite episode will have a special Halloween theme. He said the special episode will be off the charts. Cody also made a comment when promoting the special appearance by WWE Hall of Famers, the Rock and Roll Express. They will be appearing to present the AEW World Tag Team titles to the inaugural champions. Cody wrote, "Rock and roll. What an absolute honor to have these men present these beautiful championship belts to the very first AEW World Tag Team Champions. Charleston, the Halloween edition of AEW Dynamite is going to be off the charts." Halloween pumpkin emoji. Original tweet from AEW was retweeted by the official Rick and Morty account, but they did not retweet Cody's post on fans receiving the mask next week. Bellator 231 takes place Wednesday night, Thursday night. While I'm doing my video, I haven't seen any results, but Jake Hager, aka Jack Swagger, who is 2-0 in MMA, will take on Anthony Garrett. In AEW, Hager is a member of the stable Inner Circle, which also consists of AEW World Champion Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz. LAX Tag Team. According to Mark Raimondi of ESPN, Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz will be in attendance for the fight and then get in the cage for a post-fight photo op. Of course, that's if he wins, of course. So that's probably a spoiler alert if he goes 3-0. Hager recently spoke to Wrestling Inc. Reporter Dan Yanofsky about being able to work for both Bellator and AEW at the same time, and they're working on a deal. AEW Dynamite will be broadcast in France on the Toonami channel starting Tuesday, November 5th. Thanks to Catch All Quotidian, according to Warner Media France. The show will be broadcast every Tuesday at 2100 hours, 6 days after broadcast in the United States. Yep, Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton will be appearing on the show to present the AEW World Tag Team titles to the tag team new tag team champions. The finals of the tournament will see the Lucha Brothers of Ray Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. take on SoCal Uncensored, Scorpio Sky, and Frankie Kazarian. The Lucha Brothers defeated Private Party on this week's show to make it to the finals, while SCU defeated the Dark Order. Next Wednesday's AEW Dynamite episode that takes place from Charleston Coliseum in Charleston, West Virginia. Previously announced that Jon Moxley will also be in action, and AEW World Champion Chris Jericho will also be in action. Previously announced that Cody would appear on tonight's Dynamite episode to address the AEW World Champion Chris Jericho, who he will challenge at the AEW Full Gear pay-per-view on November 9th. No word yet on what Cody's announcement might be. Teasing a career decision. AEW Dynamite takes place this week from Peterson Event Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here's your lineup. Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega. I believe that match was changed at the last minute. Young Bucks versus Best Friends. Jon Moxley versus PAC, formerly known as from NXT and forgot his name, in WWE. Tag Team Tournament semifinals match, Dark Order versus SoCal Uncensored. Tag Team Tournament semifinals match, Lucha Brothers versus Private Party. Britt Baker will be in action in her hometown versus Jamie Hayter. Cody Rhodes will speak on AEW World Champion Chris Jericho. He revealed big news about his career and future. Before the show got started, Dustin Rhodes and Sonny Kiss in a dark match defeated Peter Avalon with Leva Bates in his corner. And QT Marshall in a dark match that is scheduled to stream on next Tuesday's AEW Dark. Jack Evans versus Darby Allin versus Jimmy Havoc in a second dark match was also announced to take place after the tapings. AEW Dynamite from the Peterson Event Center from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Private Party and Lucha Brothers already in the ring as the show gets started. Fast-paced match right off the start with the Lucha Brothers initially getting the best of the Private Party. Big shots by Phoenix and Pentagon. Private Party recovers. Multiple double team moves, leg sweep into a double stomp to the back of the head by Quinn. Phoenix on the floor, and Quinn hits a massive leap down, taking him out. Cassidy in the ring with Pentagon insecure. Cassidy with a silly string into a hurricanrana on Pentagon. Well, at TDE Wrestling, underscore wrestling, at this link here, says at Mark underscore Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy came up just short tonight, but there's zero doubt that when they can hang with the best of the best, hashtag AEW Dynamite, hashtag AEW on TNT. And that's action from the match. Quinn nails a 450 splash, covers for a 2 count. Phoenix got involved and lands a massive double stomp to the back of Quinn's back. Quinn gets put in the corner, Pentagon with a double stomp. Phoenix with a step-up moonsault all the way down to the floor on Cassidy. Pentagon nails a pump under slam in the middle of the ring, covers only gets a 2 count. Crowd was hot for this one as both teams are going all out. AEW chant ringing out in the crowd. Another comment from AEW Wrestling at Isaiah Cassidy on fire tonight at this link in AEW Pittsburgh. Watch at AEW Dynamite live on at TNT Drama. Wonder if you can watch that live on the Twitter account, TNT Drama. Also, action at that link. Back in the ring, Phoenix tried for a hurricanrana. Quinn landed on his feet and flops back to tag out. Cassidy drops Phoenix into the floor, but swept Pentagon down to the floor. Cassidy springboard reverse rana, suicide dive out to Pentagon. Cassidy fights off for Phoenix, hits a moonsault to drop Pentagon again. Crowd's very split for this one. Cassidy flips back into the ring, goes for a pin, gets a 2 count. Multiple double team moves on Phoenix, send her into a low super kick. Quinn heads up top, shooting star press, but Phoenix kicks out. Phoenix plants Cassidy, swings away, punches Quinn, then hits a gory bomb leg drop combo on both members of Private Party. At TDE underscore wrestling at this link says they're about to need a taller roof for at Mark underscore Quinn. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Hashtag AEW on TNT. Go to the link for more action. Pentagon tags in. Sling blade on Quinn. Powerbomb onto his knee on Cassidy. Private Party hit their finisher, but it wasn't on the legal man. They went for it again on Pentagon, but he countered the cutter into a Canadian destroyer. Cassidy dumped to the floor. Phoenix with a double stomp on Quinn. Pentagon snaps his arm. Package pile driver. Double stomp combo on Quinn. Covers for the 3 count. Winners of the match, the Lucha Brothers. To advance to the finals. For Wardlow with clips of him working out in a gym and training. I'll show you the video link of that after the results. SCU of Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian versus the Dark Order Warrior AEW Tag Team Tournament match. Grayson and Kazarian started things off. Kazarian really slow out of the gate as Grayson and then Uno go after him. Kazarian finally able to get the tag. Sky gets in and lands a big drop kick. Covers for a 2 count. Grayson and Uno double team Sky. Covers for a 2 count. Sky explodes out of the corner with a lariat. Another one. Uno with a kick to Sky's back, but Sky punches him off the apron. Kazarian back in there. Sky with a running elbow. Kazarian with a drop kick. Kip up. AEW Wrestling comments at Stu underscore does ready to demolish. Hashtag SCU. Action at that link. On the outside, Uno sends Sky right into the steel steps while the referee was distracted. He throws Sky back into the ring, covers for a 2 count. Dark Order hold control for most of the commercial break. Chops in the corner, in a circle. Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz were shown in a balcony area. Kind of like when you're at a live event. and a suite make their way to the crowd. Apparently, they were going to be here tonight, but Jericho has tickets, and he makes their way up to some seats way up high. Must not be in the front row. I remember Bob Uecker. Larry Chu on Twitter, Mr. Larry Chu, electric chair powerbomb from the Dark Order at Evil Uno at Stu underscore Dos hashtag AEW Dynamite can be found in this link action. Back action in the ring continuing throughout their entrance, with SCU finally getting some steam because they with a springboard leg drop kicks Uno to the floor. Swinging neckbreaker on Grayson, covers for a 2 count. Camera cuts to Jericho, who yells, "Come on, Dark Order!" Kazarian goes up top, but Grayson follows him. Kazarian knocks him down, but Uno hits the ropes to drop Kazarian. Grayson with a rising knee strike on Sky. Release German suplex right into Kazarian, pinned for a 2 count. Kazarian lifted on Grayson's shoulders. He launches him into Uno, who powerbombs Kazarian for a 2 count. SCU chants a couple of more times during this match. Kazarian tags in Sky. Backstabber on Uno. Sky with a springboard cutter. Kazarian with a cutter on Grayson. Double dragon sleepers locked in on Uso and Grayson. Grayson shoves Kazarian into Uno and Sky to break everything up. And more action can be found in that link. Grayson goes up top, walks on the shoulders of Uno, and then Aubrey Edwards Sky, and to kick Kazarian. Grayson with a crazy flip over the corner and down to the floor on Kazarian. Uno and Sky back in the ring. Uno lifts, twists, and plants Sky to the mat. Covers for a 2 count. Kazarian with a slingshot DDT. Crowd really warming up to this match now. Uno gets slammed down on the apron. Sky lifts and twists Grayson right into a big knee by Kazarian. See you later. Covers for the 3 count. Get that pan on their name, SCU. See you later. Unknown what their move is. SCU won by pinfall to advance to the finals. Next match, you got Kenny Omega versus Joey Janela. Omega was announced as a AAA Mega Champion, but he doesn't wear the title out. Omega and Janela trade slacks. Janela with an arm drag, but runs into an elbow. Janela ends up on the apron. Omega with a big kick to the face. Another one that sends Janela out to the floor. Omega with a crossbody to the floor, clearing out Janela. In a circle, still looking on from their private suite. All at AEW Wrestling on Twitter. High impact move. Might take a break now, said Kenny. Watch at hashtag AEW Dynamite at this link. Action. Live on at TNT Drama. F him up. Kenny F him up as chant breaks out from the crowd. Back in the ring, Janela with a couple running elbows in the corner. Janela heads up top. Omega launches him off, but Janela rolls through. Low drop kick sends Omega out to the floor. Janela climbs to the top. Big crossbody that takes out Omega. Omega drops Janela to the mat. Omega looks for a second rope moonsault. Knees up. Omega recovers. Hits 2 snapdragon suplexes. Omega looks for a third. Janela gives him an elbow. He hits one. He hits his own German suplex, sending Omega into the bottom turnbuckle. At TDE Wrestling, at this link, more action. Diving elbow from a Janela baby. Hashtag AEW on TNT. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Janela heads up top. Elbow drop. Covers for a 2 count. Omega is put up on the top turnbuckle pad. Janela climbs up. Taunts. Omega lifts and drops him face first on the top pad. Snap drag suplex. Running knee to the face. Covers for 2. V-trigger attempt. Nope. German suplex on Omega. Countered. They trade big strikes in the middle of the ring. Janela nails a fisherman buster. Big lariat by Janela. Covers for a 2 count. Very close. One almost got to 3. Camera cuts to the inner circle. Back in their area. Multiple times during the match. Omega rolls to the apron. General up top and goes for a senton, but nobody in the pool. General crashes hard. Omega with a huge V trigger. General sells it like he's totally out, flopping backwards over the second rope. One wing angle hits, cover, and the match is over. Kenny Omega is the winner. At TDE Wrestling, goodbye and good night. Bang. At Kenny Omega Man X's V trigger is right on the money. At this link, you can see that. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. At hashtag AEW on TNT. Winner of the match, Kenny Omega by pinfall. Well, after the match, Cody heads out to the ring to talk with Tony Schiavone about AEW World Champion Chris Jericho and Full Gear. Cody goes to talk, and the inner circle start blowing air horns every time Cody opens his mouth. Cody has an announcement, but Jericho gets on the mic and yells, "Boo!" Cody says it's nice that they bought tickets, but it's not like WWE where there's an invisible wall. He could step through the ropes, come up there, and they can fight. Jericho tells Pittsburgh to shut their mouths. Jericho tells Cody to stay in the ring where it's safe, because he knows Cody isn't going to come up there because he's a coward and just an entitled millennial B-word. Well, at AEW Wrestling says, not the Dippin' Dots at this link. Watch at the hashtag AEW Dynamite on at TNT Drama at AEW Pittsburgh. Or hashtag AEW Pittsburgh. And don't forget a link for action. Cody then takes his coat off, goes head over the barricade, but stops. Jericho reminds him it's a 4-on-1 and tells him to get out of there. I have not seen the full episode. As midway through this, I'll tell you when I missed the rest of it. Dustin Rhodes' music comes out, as his AEW music comes out to pop from the crowd as well. NJPW's music hits, and now he rolls. Jericho isn't impressed by Big Brother and somebody who wears a scarf. Who the hell wears a scarf? Well, we got DDP's music hits, and he joins MJF and Dustin in the ring. Well, at that point, my TV cuts off, and I also fall asleep almost at the simultaneous points. Jericho yells that they better not take another step. Inner Circle heads into a back room and locks the door. There's a big glass window on the door, though, as MJF wraps his scarf around Cody's hand, and he punches out the window, breaks the glass. Stone Cold style. Broken glass sound. At TDE _ wrestling, at Cody Rhodes takes out the trash. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Hashtag AEW on TNT at this thing. Action spills to the concession area. Jericho grabs the guy's crutch and swings it at Cody. Cody shoves Jericho's face into some dipping dots. Garbage cans are flying as security runs in to get some control. Jericho holds up his ticket and says he's allowed to be there. Security ends up moving Cody and company out of the arena as Jericho yells on and on about his ticket. Jericho is acting like a big baby as he complains some more. What does he think this is? WWE? He then gathers his troops and yells at the camera a bit. We're on split screen at the commercial now, so no audio from the wrestling action. Cody also never got to say very much in the ring or reveal his announcement. But before the Young Bucks versus Best Friends get going, Cassidy walks between Matt and Nick's entrance in the ring. They shove him. He ends up giving both light load super kicks. They give him a double super kick, sending Cassidy out of the ring. Match hasn't started yet. At TDE _ wrestling does at Orange Cassidy have the best super kick in the business? I mean, I don't know. Probably. At this link, at AEW Dynamite, or hashtag AEW Dynamite, hashtag AEW on TNT. Best friends with Orange Cassidy in the corner versus the Young Bucks. Trent and Nick start things rolling. That's Trent Beretta, by the way. He's also formerly of WWE. Yeah, remember the Dude Busters? Well, he's one member of the Dude Busters. Trent missed some strikes, kicked by Nick. Another kick sends Taylor to the floor. Nick with a face buster on Trent, then a moonsault off the apron to put Taylor down. Matt gets tagged in as they go to town on Best Friend. They mock them by doing a hug in the middle of the ring. Who do they think they are? Who they think they are? Bayley from WWE? Oh, by the way, she doesn't do the hug thing anymore. Action spills out to the floor. People getting thrown into the barricade. Taylor gets Nick up on the shoulders. Taylor with a doomsday knee. Taylor waves and says, "Hi, Mom," to the camera. That's Chucky T. That's Chucky Taylor and Trent Beretta. That's their tag team. Matt lands a crazy flipping stunner off the second rope. Things end up on the floor. Cassidy gets Matt's attention for a moment. Trent with a drop kick that thanks to a very slow distraction. Trent taking control of the match. We head to a break. Nick looks for the 450 splash. Nobody home. Trent with a German suplex. Matt tags in and eats one himself. Trent tries for another on Nick. He lands on his feet and kicks Trent, but Trent ends up hitting another German suplex. Taylor in there now hits a belly-to-belly release suplex on both Bucks. Taylor with a standing sliced bread on Nick. Sit down powerbomb on Matt, covers for a 2 count. Bucks throw Taylor into the corner. Taylor avoids one guy, throws them into each other. Falcon Arrow hits, covers for a 2 count. Taylor yells, "Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow." Taylor hits it just to the top. Matt stops that, goes up himself. Trent follows super release German suplex. Soul Food half suplex on Nick. They hug in the middle of the ring. And people go nuts. They hug the referee. Cassidy with his hands in his pockets leaps off the top rope and takes out both Bucks. Matt gets planted to the ring. Cover. Nick with a double stomp on Trent to break that up. Nick ends up on the floor. Taylor tags in. Lifts Matt on his shoulder. Trent with the knee doomsday device. But Matt lands on his feet. Super kick. Party breaks out. Nick with a step up crossbody on both Cassidy and Trent out on the floor. Out to the floor. Matt and Nick hit the bank for the buck and cover for the 3 count. Matt gets on the mic and yells, "Santana or Tiz, we accept. 2 teams will meet at Full Gear for November 9th. AEW pay-per-view." A video for Britt Baker. She talks about Pittsburgh being her home. A place she studied to be a dentist and learned to be a pro wrestler. Say it'll all come full circle tonight. Welcome to Pittsburgh, she says. And we get Britt Baker versus Jamie Hayter. At TDE_wrestling, at this link, your action. About time AEW got a dose of haterism. It's at JME Hayter, HYTR. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Hashtag AEW on TNT. Baker comes out with a Pittsburgh Steelers mascot and waves a terrible towel when she gets in the ring. Fans surrounding the ring have towels too. Hayter charges in and swings away. Baker turns around and swings away herself. Hayter then suplexes Baker into the bottom turnbuckle, knees her down to the floor. Pittsburgh chants break out for the crowd as Hayter sends Baker into the ring post. And then into the barricade. Baker with a sling blade on the floor, then tosses her opponent back in the ring. Hayter recovers, though, and hammers away on Baker. Baker goes for a couple of roll-ups. Both get 2 count. Hayter gains control of the match, and we go to break. Hayter jams her finger into Baker's ear, then chokes Baker over the second rope. A TD_wrestling says Sling Blade from that real Britt Baker. Hashtag AEW Dynamite at this link. And at hashtag AEW on TNT. Hayter trying to choke out Baker, but Baker drives her knee down to the mat. Baker eats an elbow, hits a running knee, misdirecting, slings blade, covers for a 2 count. Running knee strike by Hayter. Covers for a 2 count. Hater with an eye gouge. Hater goes up. Baker follows up. Hits a suplex on Hater. Super kick lands on Hater. Ace crusher. Swinging neck breaker. Covers for a 2 count. Baker with a super kick to the face. Lockjaw is applied. Mountain claw. And Hater taps out. Winner by submission, Brett Baker. Commentary says Cody is in a holding facility after what happened earlier. Backstage, Jamie Hater goes to talk with Jen Decker about the loss. Brandy Rhodes comes out of nowhere and shoves the hell out of Hater. Jen says, Brandy, and touches her on the arm. Brandy stares back at her with a really angry look, almost wanting to attack Decker, and then heads off. At TD_ wrestling, at this link here says settle at hashtag AEW Dynamite, hashtag AEW on TNT. There's your action from that. Don't think she said what the reporter said, but I think it was more of don't touch me. Before Moxley and PAC can even get going, PAC hammers Moxley with a chair to start their unofficial match. PAC then chokes Moxley with his own jacket. As the crowd goes off with an a-hole chant, PAC sends Moxley into the barricade. Referee asking Moxley if he can still do the match. He makes his way into the ring, and the bell rings. So we got the match underway. At AEW Wrestling, at Bastard PAC on Twitter, attacks Moxley from behind at this link. Watch it. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Live on at TNT Drama. PAC versus John Moxley officially underway. Moxley can barely stand. PAC with an insecurity. Heads up top. But Moxley rolls to the outside. Moxley still stunned. PAC with a twisting tope on Moxley. Moxley sent back into the ring. Covers for a 2 count. Moxley lifts, drives PAC to the corner. Lands multiple kicks, but is still out of it. PAC with multiple kicks. Single leg drop. Pin for a 2 count. PAC continues to beat up Moxley as we go to a commercial break. Moxley gets driven off the apron into the barricade. And at TDE_ wrestling, at Bastard Pot is on a whole different level now. Hashtag AEW Dynamite, AEW on TNT. And at that link. PAC brings it back in the ring, covers for a 2 count. The two end up on the apron. Moxley ends up dropping PAC down, head first on the apron. At a nasty angle, both make their way back to the ring. Moxley gets sent to the corner, runs out and hits a lariat. And then another one. PAC with a spinning heel kick. Moxley returns fire with a lariat that flips PAC. Moxley with a release suplex, pin for a 2 count. At TDE _ wrestling, at John Moxley spikes PAC. At this link, at hashtag AEW Dynamite, hashtag AEW on TNT. PAC gets sent out to the floor. Moxley with suicide dive on his opponent. Moxley tosses him back in his ring. We have 5 minutes of TV time left in this match. So apparently this is your main event. Moxley hits a sling blade, covers for a 2 count. Moxley hits a running knee, pins for a 2 count. He then locks for a Texas Clover Leaf. PAC then grabs the bottom rope to break the hold. Moxley then heads to the top rope. PAC hits the top rope, and Moxley gets crotched on the top rope. PAC heads up and hits a Super Falcon Arrow, covers for a 2 count. Down to 2 minutes in the match. At TDE_ wrestling, at John Moxley can't stop, at this link. Action. Hashtag AEW Dynamite, AEW on TNT. Moxley on the floor. PAC with a kick to the face, 450 splash, off the apron to the floor. PAC throws Moxley into the ring, goes up top. Black Arrow, nobody home. 1 minute remaining, and both men are down. Moxley slowly claws over to a down PAC, pin for a 2 count. Both are stumbling around. Moxley hits a paradigm shift, but is having a tough time to get to PAC. As the time ticks down, he pins PAC, but only gets a 2 count as time runs out. Match ends in a time limit draw. After the match, Moxley is pissed off. He yells at the referee and drops him with a DDT. Another referee comes out, but Moxley stomps at him, and he doesn't bother getting in the ring. Time limit my butt. as I'm keeping it PG. Moxley says a few times, with PhD barely awake as the show closes. AEW ran a new promo for Wardlow. I promised you that I'll put you in the video. And it mainly showed him working out. The caption at the end read, hashtag Warlord is coming. Wardlow is coming. After tonight's AEW Dynamite, Darby Allin defeated Jimmy Havoc and Jack Evans in the Falls Count Anywhere match. As All In pinned Evans at this link. Also, a women's fatal four-way took place between Emi Sakura defeating Penelope Ford, Ali, and Sadie Gibbs. As Sakura pinned Ford. And can be found in this link. Also, before the show started, Dustin Rhodes and Sonny Kiss defeated Peter Avalon with Leva Bates and QT Marshall, as Rhodes pinned Marshall. The matches are expected to stream for next Tuesday's AEW Dark. So there's your spoilers for AEW Dark for next week. In the main event of last night's AEW Dynamite, John Moxley and PAC went to the time limit draw. Moxley had nearly put PAC away at the end of the bout, but PAC was able to kick out with a second remaining in the match. Afterwards, Moxley got in referee Paul Turner's face, dropped it with a paradigm shift, double arm DDT, dirty deeds, and yelled, time limit, my butt. Well, AEW announced since that was the first time Moxley has gone after a referee, he's only getting a warning. Another attack could result in a fine and or suspension. Hashtag AEW officials have reprimanded John Moxley for an unprovoked attack on referee Paul Turner. And this is not the first time Moxley has attacked the senior official. Moxley has been warned that another violation of AEW sportsmanship policy could result in a fine and or suspension. Well, dark matches before NXT from Full Sail, live from Winter Park, Florida, saw Taynara Conti defeat Jesse Camilla and Raul Mendoza defeated Brendan Vick. Also, NXT episode ended with Finn Balor turning heel and helping the Undisputed Era take out Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. It wasn't clear if Balor was joining Undisputed Era or not, but it appears that he's a heel now, not in the group. And you can see photos and video at this link of that. Balor's former partners in Bullet Club commented on Twitter. Carl Anderson and AJ Styles took to Twitter after NXT and commented on Balor's turn back to the dark side. Styles wrote, well. Anderson also tweeted to the former Prince Devitt and asked, what took you so long, Prince? At WWE NXT episode opens up with a video package looking at last week's show. Live from Full Sail from Winter Park, Florida. Also, as Mauro Ranallo welcomes us, he's joined in with, as he calls a pivotal match for the women's division. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. We go to ring. Mauro will join him on Nigel McGuinness and Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix. Rhea Ripley hits the ring first. Bianca Belair was out next. Bell rings and they lock up as fans do their chants. Rhea takes it to the corner with force. Fans are dueling chants as they break and face off. They lock up again and end up doing a test of straight in the middle of the ring. Ripley brings Belair down, but Belair overpowers and comes back with a back bump into the test again. They continue to trade the upper hand. Belair with a kick. Belair ends up driving a huge spear into Ripley in the corner. Fans at EST, and even announcers say EST, and also NXT. Ripley comes back just a few seconds later and levels Belair to the mat. Fan chat Rhea now. More back and forth. Encounters. Ripley with a kick to turn it around. The chase shovel vertical suplex attempts in a row. Neither one getting the upper hand yet. Ripley gets the upper hand finally and brings Belair down in the suplex after holding her in the air for the vertical suplex. Ripley takes control, but Belair turns back around once again. They tangle some more as Ripley goes to the top. Belair slams Ripley to the mat as she lands hard. Belair kicks away. Ripley keeps fighting and kicks out of another pin attempt. Belair ends up hitting a suplex over 1 count. Belair disrespects Ripley and knocks her around. Ripley with more offense and a drop kick for a 2 count. Belair keeps control and applies another abdominal stretch in the middle of the ring. Morrow acknowledges how much back and forth there has been in this match. Ripley breaks free and looks him out. More offense, but Belair dodges it all. Both go for a hair pulls and brings each other down to the mat. We go to commercial with both superstars on the mat. Back from the break, Belair unloads in the corner. Belair keeps control and runs the ropes, but Ripley knocks her out of the air with a huge boot. Fans pop and cheer Ripley's name. Ripley takes Belair down and nails a basement dropkick. Ripley keeps control for several minutes and hits a big cannonball after they brought it to the floor. Fans chant NXT again. Well, I'm wondering if they get sued for Ripley, believe it or not. Comment from one of the announcers. Io Shirai appears out of nowhere and attacks Ripley at ringside as the referee isn't looking. She throws her back in the ring as she drops out of the referee's eyesight. She kicks out of 2 as Belair covers for the win out of nowhere. Fan chant for Shirai as she stands up on the apron and watches. Candice LeRae runs down and attacks Shirai, bring her off the apron. Belair and Ripley tangle in the ring again. Belair goes for the roundhouse kick, but Ripley ducks it. Ripley goes on and hits the riptide for the pin and the win. Winner of the match, Rhea Ripley. After the match, Ripley stands tall, covers as fans cheer for her. We go to replays. Candice is still on the stage, applauding Ripley as she poses. We see Shirai recovering on the floor at ringside. Announces hype tonight's triple threat for the NXT North American title main event. We also saw the Velveteen Dream taken out. Replay from last week by the Undisputed Era. Cut to a video of Kathy Kelly outside the Full Sail earlier, catching up with Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Kathy brings up last week's loss to Damian Priest and asks what's next. Dunne has payback to come for what Priest did. She also asks about Killian Dane. Dunne says he doesn't care about Dane. Dunne and Bate walk off as we go back to commercial. But did Bate really walk off? As he was seen later on in the show. Back from the break, we get a video from Tommaso Ciampa. They show Tyler Bate at ringside again. Fan chant, cheer anyways. Matt Riddle versus Cameron Grimes. We go to the ring. Out first comes Matt Riddle to a pop. Cameron Grimes is out next, also to cheers. Bell rings and Grimes immediately goes for the big running stop as he has in each match from the past few weeks, but Riddle ducks. Riddle comes back and goes for the final flash, but Grimes avoids that. They go at it and tangle out. Riddle with takedowns and an upper hand, but Grimes also gets some offense in. They tangle some more with Riddle with big kicks, kicking Grimes into the corner. Riddle unloads when he kicks in the corner, and the fan chant broke. And Riddle hits 2 running forearms in the corner. Riddle with more big offense and exploder for a 2 count. Riddle keeps control with more offense than a senton. Riddle with a running kick for a 2 count. Grimes tries to fight back, but Riddle keeps control and keeps him down. Working him over. Riddle with a 2 count. Riddle keeps control and hits a jackhammer for a 2 count. Fan chant Riddle like Goldberg. As the announcers also make a reference to Riddle and the Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg from their Twitter war. Riddle with big kicks while Grimes is on his knees. Riddle kicks Grimes back for a 2 count. Riddle with a submission now. Grimes with a 2 count himself. More back and forth. Grimes with a nice backflip into a German suplex for his close 2 count. Back to commercial. More back and forth after the break. They trade big kicks and more. Riddle ends up hitting the bro to sleep at one point. Grimes drives Riddle into the mat for a very close 2 count. Grimes goes up top, but Riddle runs up and he cuts him off. Riddle does a superplex, but Grimes kicks out too. Riddle is frustrated. Riddle goes up top as the fans chant bro now. Riddle with the floating bro, but Grimes kicks out. Grimes gets up and they tackle. They trade strikes. More big counters. Grimes with a 2 count. Riddle mounted more offense and hit several of his signature moves to get the pin to win in the middle of the ring. After the match, Riddle gets up and has his arm raised as his music hits. Fan chant bro again as Riddle poses. We go to replays. Riddle approaches Grimes at ringside after the match. Riddle offers a fist bump, but the recovering Grimes wants none of it. This happens right in front of Tyler Bate in the front row. Bate asks Grimes why he didn't do the bump. Grimes shoves Bate. Bate comes back and drops the Grimes with a stiff shot for a pop. As he did look at my fist here and pops on another one. We see how the Forgotten Sons defeated Breezango 2 weeks ago because she is injured. So Breeze will have a mystery partner for tonight's 6-man action instead. Well, we see Dominic Djokovic backstage warming up for the main event. They show a sidebar interview with Djokovic. He says he promises his family he would win a title, but an injury prevented that. Now he's back, and tonight he will take out a rival and fulfill his promise of winning a title. Back to commercial. Back with Ray, Morrow shows us video from earlier with NXT General Manager William Regal announcing that WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Asuka and Kairi Sane will be debuting next Wednesday on NXT against the winners of tonight's Women's Division Tag Team match. Yes, your Women's Tag Team titles will be held on NXT. Breezango and his new tag team partner, Isaiah Scott, versus the Forgotten Sons. 6-man action. We're going to ring out comes Breezango, Fandango, and Tyler Breeze. That's Fandango and Tyler Breeze, as with Isaiah Scott, as Alicia Taylor does the ring introductions. And out next comes the mystery partner to be Kushida's replacement, Isaiah Swerve Scott. Out next are the Forgotten Sons, Steve Cutler, Wesley Blake, and Jackson Riker. The bell rings and fan chant for Scott. Breeze and Riker look to go at it, but Breeze is sent down. Riker wants Swerve in, and in he comes. Riker overpowers him, as well as fans boo. Fandango tags in. Riker gets sends him down as well. Riker stops Fandango's offense, and then comes Cutler to keep him grounded. Fandango blocks a back body drop and leg drops Cutler. Forgotten Sons end up on the outside to recover and regroup. Swerve and Breezango stand tall in the ring as they stare out at their opponents. Back to commercial. Back for the break. Riker works over Breeze in the corner. We see how Riker dominated Breeze on the apron during the break. Cutler tags in, and they double team Breeze. Blake tags in and keeps him down for a 2 count. Blake keeps Breeze grounded. Sons continue to dominate as Riker comes back in. Riker slams Breeze for a 2 count. Riker takes him to the corner now. Scott looks for a tag, but Riker slams Breeze for a 2 count. Cutler comes in, and Breeze moves as Riker charges and hits the ring post. Breeze sends Cutler to the floor. Blake stops Breeze from tagging, but he finally gets a tag. Fandango tags in and unloads on Blake with chops and clotheslines. Cutler tags in as Fandango hits a big power slam on Blake. Cutler with offense, but Scott tags in and hits a big crossbody from the top for a 2 count. Cutler and Scott trade shots. Scott's taken to the top as all 3 Sons go to the top as well. Blake launches Scott to the mat with a Hurricanrana as Cutler and Riker follow up with double diving headbutts at the same time. Very similar to the Usos double team. Scott's partner breaks up the pin just in time. Blake works over Scott. Scott ends up shoving Blake and Cutler into each other. Scott comes back and fights off all 3 opponents, sending them to the floor. Scott goes to the top, but Riker cuts him off. Riker climbs up with your conclusion to NXT. The crowd and announcers go wild. Fans chant NXT now. Scott goes back in and fights off Riker. Breezango comes in with a double super kicks to Riker. Fandango covers for the pin, but the Suns make the save. Fandango and Riker trade shots from their knees, fighting up. Riker tags out, but rocks Fandango. Fandango and Riker tumble out. Cutler and Scott go at it. And then out. Breeze stops Cutler and Blake from double teaming Scott. More back and forth between the 6 superstars. And now as the crowd stays on their feet, Scott ends up leveling Blake with a huge kick to the head for the pin and the win. After the match, Scott and Breezango celebrate as their music hits. Swerve starts dancing with Breeze and Fandango as the Forgotten Sons head to the back as we go to replays. And the dance is no more than hip shaking. We see the Undisputed Era backstage for your main event. Yep, they show a sidebar video of Roderick Strong giving pre-recorded comments. North American champion Roderick Strong says he knows what William Regal is trying to do by putting him in a match with these 2 big dudes tonight. But he's at his best when the lights are on, and he will show why he's undisputed. We go to the ring. Out comes NXT Cruiserweight Champion Lio Rush. Well, that's not your main event. He hits the ring and poses for the fans. Morrow says Rush will be joining them for commentary. Back to commercial. Back for the break. And Killian Dane is somewhere standing next to a fire. Dane is wrapping tape around his fingers. He says Pete Dunne tried to break his fingers last week. And now Dane is going to break Dunne. Angel Garza versus Jack Gallagher. This is your 205 Live Talent Exchange. Matches. We go to the ring. Out first comes Angel Garza. Gallagher was out next with Lio Rush on commentary. The bell rings and they size each other up. Fan chant, let's go Garza now. Gallagher stops in the middle of the ring and wants to shake, but Garza wants no part of it. They lock up and tangle. Gallagher works on the arm, but Garza takes him down. More back and forth, and 1 count for Gallagher. They roll around on the mat and they trade more pin attempts as Gallagher tries for a crucifix. They break and the fans pop. Gallagher ends up yanking off Garza's pants, but he still has trunks underneath. Classic Garza. Fans pop for the spot as Garza drop kicks and surprise Gallagher. Garza keeps control with an inverted slingshot suplex on the top rope. Garza with a big kick to the face for a 2 count as the fans pop. Rush says he loves what he's seeing. They tangle and trade shots and strikes now. Gallagher unloads with strikes. Gallagher with a big vertical suplex, holding Garza up for a minute or more. Gallagher drops Garza for a 2 count. Garza blocks off a cross arm breaker. Now as they tangle, Garza gets to the bottom rope to break the hold. Garza launches Gallagher over the top rope to the floor. Garza runs the ropes and avoids the block, stopping to slap Gallagher. Slap Gallagher over the back. They bring him back in the ring, and Garza eats a big headbutt. Garza comes back and spikes Gallagher to the mat from the corner. Garza continues and hits a big springboard moonsault. Now called the Cerro de la Silasal, after the highest mountain in the hometown of Monterrey, Mexico, and covers for the pin and the win. After the match, Garza stands tall as his music hits. We go to replays. Garza pushes in the corner and stares out at Rush, motioning for the title around his waist. Rush stands up with commentary as they stare each other down. And Rush says, "You want this?" Does his own discount double check. Number 1 contenders match, Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai versus Marina Shafir and Jasmine Duke. We go to the ring. Out first comes Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox. I think this, my opinion, was the match of the night. The winner of this match will challenge WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Asuka and Kairi Sane next Wednesday. Out next comes Marina Shafir and Jasmine Duke. Bell rings and Duke immediately levels Kai with a huge kick for a close 2 count. Duke takes Kai to the corner for a double team as Shafir tags in. Kai looks to turn it around, but Shafir keeps control and knocks her around some. Duke comes back in and hits another big kick for a 2 count. Duke yells and talks trash to Kai after a big kick to the back. Shafir comes back and back in and keeps Kai grounded with an armbar. Kai ends up dropping Duke on the apron, but can't break free from Chauffeur. Kai with a big kick to Chauffeur. Kai finally makes a hot tag, and then comes Knox for a big pop. This has been a really fast-paced match so far, non-stop. Knox unloads on both opponents and hits a big crossbody to Duke, but Chauffeur breaks the pin. Kai takes out Chauffeur with a bicycle kick, Sheamus style. Duke goes to put Knox away, but it's blocked. Knox comes right back with his shiniest wizard to Duke for the pin to earn a title shot for next week. Winners and new number one contender Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox. After the match, Kai and Knox celebrate as the Kiss. Women's Tag Team Champions Asuka and Kairi Sane appear on the big screen. The Kabuki Warriors, we'll just call it the Titantron for NXT. Kabuki Warriors laugh and taunt the new number one contenders. They speak in English, and Knox and Kai stand no chance next week. That's all they said. No chance. That's what Vince McMahon's music is. We see Keith Lee backstage warming up for the main event. They show a pre-recorded sidebar video, and Lee says he's been waiting for an opportunity like this since he came to NXT. He will do everything he can to win the title tonight. The announcers hype the main event. One more time, we go to commercial. Back for the break, Kathy announces Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae, Cameron Grimes versus Tyler Bate, and the Kabuki Warriors defending against Tegan Knox and Dakota Kai for next Wednesday. So there's your 3 matches for next Wednesday, NXT. And the 4th match, triple threat for the NXT North American title. Keith Lee versus, this is your main event. Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijakovic versus Roger Strong. We go to the ring for tonight's main event. Out first comes Keith Lee. Dominic was out next, and your champion was out last. Of course, when your champion comes out last, you know that's a big sign that he's going to win. And he comes out and seems extra confident. Taylor does formal ring introductions. The bell rings and Strong goes to the floor. Lee and Dijakovic surround him on the outside. Strong decks Dijakovic. It comes off Lee. Dijakovic ends up mounting offense on Lee and unloading into the corner. Lee comes back with a choke slam. Strong jumps up at Lee, but Lee rocks him to the floor. Lee goes to work on Dijakovic in the corner. Dijakovic comes right back. More back and forth. Lee plants Dijakovic in the middle of the ring and stands tall as we go to commercial. Back for the break. Lee works over Dijakovic in the corner. Strong tries to come back in, but Lee rocks him out. Strong comes back and sends Lee to the floor hard. Strong climbs up and takes over Dijakovic. Strong with a huge superplex to the mat. Strong covers for a 2 count. But in comes Lee. Strong still keeps control as some fans boo. Strong works over Dijakovic and keeps him down. Strong keeps Lee from coming back in. Dijakovic attacks and holds Strong as he super kicks Lee when he comes back in. Strong with a big knee to Dijakovic. Dijakovic counters Strong and manhandles him some, tossing him to the mat. While fans go wild as Dijakovic slams Lee on top of Strong with a big suplex. Dijakovic covers for a 2 count, and he can't believe he kicked out. Fan check NXT as we get a replay. Dijakovic goes up top, comes back down to the apron. Dijakovic runs for a cannonball from the apron to Lee, but Lee catches him. Lee goes for a powerbomb, but Strong runs the ropes and hits a wrecking ball drop kick to knock them both over on the floor. Dijakovic turns it right back around and brings Strong in the ring, and fans chant for NXT. Dijakovic rocks Strong and takes him to the top. Fans are dueling chants now. Dijakovic climbs up with the champ, but Lee comes from behind with forearm to Dijakovic's back. Lee interrupts a superplex attempt and goes to powerbomb Dijakovic to the mat. Dijakovic holds on, hits a superplex on Strong as Lee powerbombs him at the same time. More like the Tower of Doom. Morrow and the fans go wild as we go back to commercial. Back from the break, they all trade shots. Dijakovic gets knocked to the floor by Strong. Strong unloads on Lee now. Strong with a big Olympic slam on Lee for a 2 count. Fans chant, "This is awesome" now. More back and forth between all three. Strong with a big drop kick through the ropes, but he's caught. Lee launches Strong to Dijakovic for a big feast. Your eyes on the floor. As Lee follows up with a huge pounce. Fans go wild as the big moves. As Lee and Dijakovic looked at each other, then nodded at the ring, going in to finish the match with each other. The crowd loves this. Lee and Dijakovic hit the ring and unload on each other. Lee with a big strike and a headbutt. Lee goes up top, but Dijakovic gets free and nails a super kick. And a cyclone kick. Dijakovic keeps control and hits a big choke bomb from the top, but it's not enough. Dijakovic breaks out of a big Fosbury flop to Strong as he comes in, and Lee avoids it. Lee then nails a massive dive to the floor, and the crowd explodes. Lee brings it back in the ring and ends up top with Dijakovic. Lee blocks a hurricane with a huge sit-down powerbomb from the top. Strong immediately follows up with a flying boot to Lee's face. Strong goes right into the pin to retain. Roger Strong wins to retain the title. After the match, Strong stands tall as his music plays. Strong raises the NXT North American title as the rest of the Undisputed Era in his ring to join him. We come back from the replays as the Undisputed Era is destroying Lee. Taking advantage of a beatdown. Fan chant, "We want Balor now." Undisputed Era stands tall and raises all of the NXT gold in the air. Music interrupts and out comes Tommaso Ciampa with his crutch. Strong, NXT champion Adam Cole, and the NXT Tag Team champions Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish stare him down from the ring. Ciampa enters the ring with his crutch and stares him down, crutch in hand. Fan chant, "Daddy's home," as his comments from the last 2 weeks. Ciampa steps to the Undisputed Era, face to face. Music hit, out comes next Johnny Gargano. Gargano enters the ring, and DIY reunites to face off with the Undisputed Era. Fan chant, "DIY now." The two sides talk trash and face off. The music hits again. Out comes Finn Balor to a major pop. Well, do you think he's face or heel so far? Fan chant, "NXT now." Balor suddenly drops Gargano with an overhead kick out of nowhere. Morrow loses it, and fans start booing as the rest of the Undisputed Era unloads on Ciampa. Balor really looks shocked, really shocked the system. Adam Cole stares down Balor. Fish and O'Reilly hold Ciampa as Cole drops him as Balor watches. Gargano is recovering from the kick on the floor as the Undisputed Era also try to do the NWO 2 Sweet thing. But Balor exits the ring and drop kicks Gargano into a barrier. Balor brings Gargano over the ramp and spikes his head into it. Fan chant, "Yes now." Balor stands over Gargano and points down at him, nodding to the Undisputed Era as they stand in the ring and pose with their signature gestures. Balor looks at them and back down at Gargano. With an angry look on his face, Balor's music hits again and he makes his exit to the back. NXT goes off the air at that point, as Balor did tease a heel turn in WWE as well. AEW Dynamite has topped WWE NXT in viewership for the 4th week in a row, but the show dipped under 1 million viewers for the first time. Wednesday's episode of Dynamite drew 963,000 viewers, while NXT drew 698,000 on the USA Network. According to Showbuzz Daily, Dynamite topped NXT by 38%. These are the lowest audiences for both AEW and NXT. The shows were opposing the World Series, of course, and also NBA game. AEW ranked number 4 in the top cable top 150 for adults in 18 to 49 age range, while NXT top number 21. AEW ranked number 24 in total viewership, while NXT ranked number 33 in viewership. Dynamite viewership was down 5% from last week's episode, which drew 1.014 million viewers, and ranked number 5 in the 18 to 49 age range. 25 in new viewership. NXT viewership was only down 2% from last week's episode, which drew 712,000 viewers, and ranked number 30 in the 18 to 49 age range, and number 35 in viewership. AEW drew a .45 rating in the age group of 18 to 49 demographic, topping NXT by 144%, which drew a 0.21 in the same demo. Last week's AEW episode drew .44 in that demographic, while NXT drew .20. The NBA game on ESPN between the Celtics and the 76ers topped the night in the age range at number 1 for the 18 to 49 demographic with a .76 rating, but just 1.698 million viewers. Hannity on the Fox News channel topped the night on cable and viewership with 3.216 million viewers, but ranked number 16 on the cable top 150 with a .23 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. Major League World Series baseball coverage on Fox at 8 p.m. topped the night with a viewership on the network TV with 11.925 million viewers. World Series game on Fox also topped the night on network TV in the 18 to 49 demographic with a 2.9 rating. To compare, Monday's post-draft edition of Raw on the USA Network drew an average of 2.342 million viewers, up from last week's 2.287 million viewers for the draft episode. Raw was number 5 in the 18 to 49 demographic on the cable top 150 this week. For the third week in a row, with a .75 rating, Tuesday's Total Divas episode drew 279,000 viewers on the E! Network, down from last week's 281,000 viewers. Total Divas ranked number 70 on the top 150, 18 to 49 demographic list with a .12 rating in that demo. The latest NXT injury report with Matt Camp at this link, featuring updates on NXT superstars from this week's episode. And from the following NXT injuries were announced in this week's injury report. Johnny Gargano was taken to a local medical facility following the heel turn attack by Finn Balor, and he reportedly underwent a CT scan to rule out any head trauma and spinal injuries. Gargano is not currently medically cleared to compete as of yet. Cameron Grimes suffered a left hip pointer in his loss to Matt Riddle. The injury will require further medical evaluation, and Grimes is listed as day-to-day, but should be good to go for next Wednesday's NXT match against Tyler Bate. More updates as I get them on Gargano and Grimes. Probably post, if I get any, on your SmackDown video tomorrow night, or probably Sunday when I get back from taking my daughter back from her visitation weekend. As we're headed to SFA Homecoming in Nacogdoches, Texas, and that'll close out my video for this week's AEW versus NXT versus NWA Power versus MLW. Thanks again. Peace out. See you one of you. If you don't know, brothers and sisters, see you one of you.